Reproductive Health Session 3 for the retained placenta. Shaking the abdomen against inflated laser sac, which may lead to severing of the placenta and excessive bleeding. Absolute confinement of the mother and the newborn in a dark room for a period of 45 days post-delivery. Consequently, the newborn baby will develop rickets, and the mother can have respiratory, gastrointestinal, and genitourinary disorders. Harmful traditional practice at delivery, or example, routine use of enema, massaging and stretching the perineum, routine use of the supine position during labor and delivery, repeated or frequent vaginal examinations, especially by more than one caregiver, routine revision, manual exploration of the uterus after delivery. HTP applied on children. Tonsillectomy, relating fever and loss of appetite with enlarged tonsils, avoid noisiness, and improve speech, can explode and lead to this. Extraction of the milk teeth, relating vomiting and diarrhea with an extracted milk teeth, female circumcision, blistering of the skin, eyebrow incision, preventing children from getting sunlight, traditional medications, swallowing of butter, diarrhea and vomiting induce suffocation if enters respiratory system, withholding cholesterol. Interventions: educate the community and the leaders using acceptable and effective methods. Educate practitioners about harmful traditional practices, HTBs, about the danger of such practice. Legal support. Provide legal support against the negative aspect of traditional practice and formulate legislative measures to eliminate them. Imposing punishment on such practitioners if they persist with the practice. Gender-based violence. Definition: gender-based violence, GBV, is violence that is directed against a person on the basis of gender. Violation of the right to freedom, dignity, liberty, and equality. Reflects inequality between men and women. The primary targets for gender-based violence are women and adolescent girls, but men are also affected. Why women and girls? Gender discrimination, lower socioeconomic status. Women have fewer options and less resources to avoid or escape abusive situations and to seek justice. Types of gender-based violence: domestic violence, abusive acts occurring inside the closed door, mostly by husbands, and includes threats, slapping, physical assault, sexual assault. Sexual violence, violence which includes sex and other sexual activities like sexual harassment and that trafficking for the purpose of sexual abuse, forced exposure to pornography, forced marriage, female genital mutilation, incest. Rape is a form of sexual violence defined as physically forced or otherwise coerced penetration of the vulva or anus using the penis or other body parts. The attempt to do so is known as attempted rape. Rape of a person by more than one perpetrator is called gang rape. It can be classified as statutory rape, forcible rape, marital rape. Statutory rape, a rape of victims who are under the age of consent, with or without their consent. Forcible rape, sexual intercourse without their consent through the use of force or threats. Marital rape, when a husband forces his wife for sexual intercourse. Rape is associated with long and short-term sexual, reproductive, mental, and social problems. STIs, genital and non-genital injuries, pregnancy, insomnia, and suicidal tendencies are some of the consequences of the rape. Psychological abuse. Treats of violence and harm, oral treats, and sometimes the treat includes killing the victim. The treats may be made directly with words. Example, I am going to kill you. Emotional violence consists of a wide variety of verbal attacks and humiliations. Isolation, trying to control survivors' time, activities, and contact with others by controlling their access to all of the family resources, transportation, food, clothing, shelter, and money. Marriage by abduction. Abduction is an unlawful kidnapping or carrying away a girl for marriage. In almost all cases, rape follows abduction, common in part of Ethiopia, Afar, Oromia, and the southern nationality population. In some cases, the girl may willing and ready to proceed with the marriage. In this case, the consequences are less serious. When the girl objects and fights against these abductors, she can be severely hurt and even get killed. Reason for marriage by abduction: refusal or anticipated refusal of consent by parents or girls. Avoid excessive wedding ceremony expenses. Outsmart rivals competitors when the girl has many suitors. Differences of ethnic origins or economic status of partners may also be reason for possible abduction. Harmful effects of marriage by abduction: battering, inflicting bodily harm and severe disabilities, and these may ensue. Conflict created between families may lead to feuding lasting for generations. There are incidents of ethnic conflicts due to marriage by abduction. The outcome may be an unhappy, unstable, and loveless marriage. Psychological stress may end up in suicide, discontinuation of schooling, and other opportunities. Consequences of gender-based violence: physically partial or permanent disability, organ damage, psychosocial shame and self-blame, post-traumatic stress disorder, sleep disorder, depression, social stigma, reproductive unwanted pregnancy, unsafe abortion, STIs, and HIV. Thank you.